Allah honored His beloved messenger, Prophet Muhammad, with an extraordinary journey. In a single night, he traveled from Makkah to Jerusalem, then ascended through the 7 heavens.
During this blessed journey, Allah gifted the Muslim Ummah the 5 daily prayers.
Welcome to this explainer. Today we're jumping right into what is absolutely one of the most awe-inspiring, mind-bending events in all of Islamic history. We're talking about the miraculous night journey, also known as Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj. But to really grasp just how monumental this event was, we actually have to take a step back. We need to look at the sheer contrast between the devastating earthly hardships Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was enduring and the ultimate heavenly honor he was about to receive. Because as we often see in life, but profoundly so in this case, before the greatest honor came the greatest trial. Literally, just before this incredible miracle took place, the Prophet ﷺ went through what was undeniably one of the absolute darkest, most heartbreaking periods of his entire life. Section 1. Trials before the miracle. So let's really put ourselves in his shoes for a second. This whole sequence of immense trials kicked off with a massive personal loss, the passing of his beloved wife and greatest supporter, Khadija. May Allah be pleased with her. And then soon after that devastating blow, his uncle, Abu Talib, passed away as well. Now, Abu Talib wasn't just family. He was his staunch protector for years. So without his protection, the Quraysh completely took the gloves off. They severely intensified their persecution. Desperate for a safe haven, the Prophet ﷺ actually traveled to the city of Taif, really hoping the people there would accept Islam and offer some shelter. But instead, no way. They mocked him. The adults got the children and the crowds to literally chase him out of town, throwing stones at him until his blessed feet were bleeding. It is just agonizing to even think about. And yet, and this is so crucial, despite all this intense physical and emotional suffering, he didn't curse them. Instead, he mercifully prayed for their guidance. Just incredible. Section 2. The night journey begins. Okay, so it was right after these immense, crushing trials that Allah granted his messenger, ﷺ, an extraordinary honor. One night, while the Prophet ﷺ was in Makkah, Angel Jibril came down by Allah's command. And he didn't come alone. He brought this magnificent heavenly creature called Buraq. Now, Buraq was a brilliant white creature, and get this, it was faster than any earthly animal you could possibly imagine. Authentic narrations tell us that each stride it took reached as far as the eye could see. I mean, wow. The Prophet ﷺ mounted Buraq, and by Allah's permission, the miraculous journey officially began. In the blink of an eye, literally in an instant, the Prophet ﷺ traveled all the way from the Sacred Mosque in Makkah to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. This mind-bending physical leap is forever anchored for us in the Quran, which translates to, "Glory be to him who took his servant by night from Al-Masjid al-Haram to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa." So what happens next? Upon arriving in Jerusalem, the Prophet Muhammad tied Buraq up and walked right into the Blessed Mosque. And waiting for him there was a gathering unlike any other in history. Allah had literally gathered many of the previous prophets together. We're talking about the absolute greats here: Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, peace be upon them all, and many others. And in a moment of just incredible gravity, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ stepped forward and led all of them in prayer. Now, him leading all these mighty prophets in prayer, that wasn't just some random congregational gathering. It beautifully and very powerfully symbolized his supreme status. He is the final messenger. He is the undisputed leader of all the prophets. It was essentially a handing over of the spiritual leadership of humanity. Section 3. Ascending the 7 heavens. After the prayer, Angel Jibril accompanied the Prophet ﷺ upward. Now let's break down exactly who he met as the gates of each heaven were opened. Right away, in the first heaven, he met Adam, the father of humanity, who welcomed him warmly and prayed for him. In the second heaven, he met Isa and Yahya, who both greeted him with peace and blessings. Moving right along to the third, he encountered Yusuf, who was of course renowned for his incredible beauty. In the fourth heaven, he met Idris, a prophet deeply honored by Allah. In the fifth, he met Harun, who was beloved among the children of Israel. Then, in the sixth heaven, he met Musa. Musa gave him an incredibly warm welcome, but, and authentic narrations tell us this, Musa actually wept shortly after. Not out of jealousy. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't jealousy at all. He wept because a prophet who came after him would ultimately have more followers entering paradise. And finally, we reach the seventh heaven. Here, the Prophet ﷺ met Ibrahim. He was leaning against Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur, which is the heavenly house. Now, to really put the sheer scale of this into perspective, every single day, 70,000 angels visit this heavenly house. And because their numbers are so unbelievably immense, they never, ever return to it again. 70,000 every single day. Just let that sink in for a second. Section 4. The utmost boundary. Now we're moving beyond the seventh heaven. Standing there is a magnificent creation known as Sidrat al-Muntaha, the lote tree of the utmost boundary. And honestly, its beauty simply cannot be fully described in human words. But here is the detail that is just absolutely wild. Even Angel Jibreel had to stop here. He couldn't go any farther. He stated that if he advanced just one single step beyond this point, he would be destroyed. Only Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was permitted by Allah to continue forward. It was there, entirely past that utmost boundary, that Allah honored his messenger in a manner befitting his majesty. Now, you might be wondering what exactly happens during this meeting. Well, that is part of the unseen. As Muslims, our approach here is crystal clear. We affirm exactly what is authentically reported about this meeting without speculating or trying to guess beyond it. The sheer honor of the meeting taking place at all, that is the focal point here. Section 5. The gift of prayer. So, what was the greatest gift brought back from this journey? Well, initially, Allah actually prescribed 50 prayers every single day for the Muslims. But as the Prophet ﷺ was returning, he passed by Musa, and Musa advised him to go back and ask Allah to make it easier for his nation. So the Prophet ﷺ returned several times, and each time that number was reduced. Finally, Allah made it just 5 daily prayers. But here's the beautiful part. Allah declared that these 5 prayers would carry the exact same reward as the original 50. I mean, what a brilliant illustration of Allah's infinite mercy and generosity toward this ummah. And when you contrast Salah with other obligations, like fasting or giving charity, something huge stands out. Think about it. All those other commandments, they were revealed down to earth. But Salah was so absolutely crucial that the Prophet ﷺ was literally brought up above the heavens to receive it directly. It is quite literally a heavenly gift. Section 6. Lessons from the journey. So what does this all mean for us today? This journey teaches us some seriously powerful lessons. It's a huge reminder that after every extreme hardship comes immense relief. It teaches us that Allah's help, it always arrives at the absolute perfect time. It showcases just how high the status of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ really is among all the prophets. But most practically for you and me, it completely reframes how we view Salah. It's not just some daily routine to check off a list. It's a direct divine gift handed down from beyond the seventh heaven. Which leads me to this final thought. How will you remember this miraculous journey the next time you stand in prayer? Every single time you step onto your prayer mat, you are remembering the greatest journey ever granted to a human being. May Allah make us among those who establish our 5 daily prayers with genuine sincerity and devotion. If you found this explainer beneficial, please share it with others so more people can learn about the beautiful seerah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ.